There is a simp gene in every one of us, but the ability to tame this demon makes one man superior to the other. Listen, no man is equal. Don't be deceived. The more the simp fluid you secrete, the more your relationship is likely to fail. I've seen men who were just on a verge of breakthrough totally destroy their whole life by putting the wrong person on a pedestal. In fact, that's why the Bible says, "Do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings." If you fail 1,000 times, you don't conquer your thirst and rise to the top. You'll end up with low lives and degenerates if you're just as bleak and miserable yourself. These days, marriages break easily. Relationships get scattered in a matter of weeks. In the end, the weak suffer. Don't be weak. You're a man. Don't be a disgrace. Brother, I know it can be challenging, but do you want to wallow in your misery forever? I guess your answer is no. That is why you should control your nerves and observe. Detect the red flags in relationships. Don't get overexcited when she flirts with you, or you'll be hypnotized. In a degenerative world like this, men are pawns in the relationship. The media, marriage laws, and regulations protect women. You need to be guided, or you will slack off and fall. Do you want to know why most marriages and relationships fail today? It's simple. I'll teach you 5 ways to crush your peers, pull good women, and be dominant in your relationship. Warning: if you're a wuss, wimp, or a weak man, this might hurt your feelings. But if you're a brother that wants to level up in life, stick with me to the end. Step 1. Don't be a degenerate yourself. Most men don't have self-reflection. If you are the type of man who only attracts cheaters, gold diggers, and assholes, you need to look at yourself. If you're the type to party around and lust after Instagram and OnlyFans models, then it's only fitting you attract a cheater and a con artist. That's a trait of a weak man. You are bound to fail repeatedly if you do not work on yourself. You're weak if you are not a man of high value. But how do you become a man of high value? Does it just have to do with having a good body? No. If that was the case, then every other bodybuilder would be a high-value man. Being high value means being the best version of yourself. The version of yourself that takes no crap of others, and especially from your own self. It's the disciplined warrior inside you that wakes up on time, works on his purpose, and doesn't take blessings for granted. Doesn't skip a workout. The more you do this, the more masculine you'll begin to feel. You will notice your testosterone levels begin to rise naturally. You will begin to level up. As a man, you need to develop sharper senses. Observe your surroundings. Don't jump at any girl you see because she's pretty or attractive. You need to develop a sixth sense and the ability to detect cues. Don't chase women mindlessly. You have the power to be picky when finding a new relationship. Brother, if you feel she isn't the right one for you, don't hesitate to cut her off. Also, don't be a drunkard and a loser yourself. That's a bad trait, and it makes people look at you in disgust. A real man is clean, confident, and powerful. If you're none of those, it means you're weak. I have seen men confidently say, "Oh, you are not a real man unless you drink beer and hang out at the pub." Just think about that for a second. How can beer, which lowers testosterone, gives you man boobs, make your belly fat, be anything to be proud of? Get your act together, brother. Women only respect you if you're valuable. In a relationship, you are the ace, and aces are looked up to. Step number 2, be authentic. This might hurt your feelings, but I don't care. If you feel bad about something, say it. If you think she's not the right one for you, I suggest you say it to her face. That's an example of being authentic. Being weak means being a coward. If you're afraid to speak up when necessary, you will struggle. That's the punishment for being so weak. Don't get me wrong, brother. I'm not saying you should disrespect anyone. I'm saying that you shouldn't be ashamed to pour out your own feelings. Do not avoid conflict if your relationship isn't going well because you're afraid to confront her. Just a little confrontation is enough to send a message. I'm not saying you should confront your lady because of everything she does. My point is that some men are so afraid of confrontation that they can't even speak up, even if their partner runs them over or cheats in a relationship. That's why you need to be authentic, brother. There is no hiding if you don't want to be cornered. The best relationships are built when both partners are brutally honest. Your authenticity is your brand. I repeat, your authenticity is your brand. Like a brand, you'll be chased after because you're a valuable asset. Step number 3, be direct with your intentions. This step is similar to the previous one. Nevertheless, it's crucial and different from the previous one. So listen up. You have to be brutal to women. Women dislike soft men. If you're weak and lukewarm, you'll be punished. Women love stone-hearted men who can control them. Of course, I'm not saying you need to become a woman beater or a narcissist. What I'm saying, brother, is that you should be a protector in your relationship and don't let yourself become a puppet. Most men easily get consumed by fear of women, especially if she's pretty. How can you face the world if you're afraid of your own woman back home? Let me tell you something, brother. A woman is never too pretty to be told the truth. We are all humans at the end of the day. And let me make one thing perfectly clear. By being brutal to women, I'm not talking about being physically violent, but being brutally direct with your intentions to them. Step number 4, become a strong, masculine man. In a feminized world like ours, men are too weak to get shredded and build muscles, too weak to set goals and objectives. Let me tell you something, brother. If you're not financially free and/or you look unhealthy, you'll find it difficult to pull good women. Women are simple. They want a reliable man. If you have all the money in this world, and if you still look like a dork, you'd only attract gold diggers. If you look out of shape, pot-bellied or unappealing, it won't be easy to pull girls. You'll likely be rejected several times. In a degenerative world like this, you need to set your standards so that you can attract the right females for you. For these to work, You need to level up and become masculine. If you don't have the aura or energy, women will never notice you. And finally, step number 5. Practice celibacy. Keeping your body and soul pure is one of the most crucial ways to survive in a degenerative world. Being valuable requires you to give up pleasure and absorb torture. Remember, gold passes through fire to become valuable. In the same way, you must let your body suffer pain. Let it adapt to the feeling of holding on to the precious energy. To see the next best way to level up as a man, check this video here.